Park Avenue and 42nd Street outside Grand Central Station in Midtown Manhattan. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with my partners, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr, Doris Burke on the sideline, as we get ready to start the season in style. And tipping off the NBA season, here are the starting lineups. First for the Bobcats, Kemba Walker is out there with Ben Gordon, and it's Jefferson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it's Zeller in at the 4. And for the Knicks, the guards, Ray Felton and J.R. Smith, and it's Chandler in at the 5 down low. Then it's Anthony, and it's Stoudemire in at the 4 slot.
You know, after losing Jeremy Lin going into last season, guys, I think some fans were concerned that the team might slip back to isolation basketball and their offense would stagnate, but instead they flourished as a three-point shooting team.
And back to the Knicks personnel moves, you got to give them a lot of credit going out and finding shooters, defenders, and playmakers to surround their star players.
Yeah, they ended up with Bargnani, putting him at the kind of a shooting 4 spot, adding another three-point threat. The Knicks are always going to be aggressive personnel-wise. This was already a good team, second-best record in the East, but they're looking to get better. J.R. Smith, last season's 6th man of the year, averaging 18 points per game off the bench for the Knicks. What a fantastic season.
And for J.R. Smith, the New Jersey native, right at home, Clark playing for the Knicks.
And you knew he had the talent to be special. He just had to put it all together and had a big season. The first player since '90 to come off the bench and score 30 or more in 3 straight games, Kevin. He's simply a bucket maker.
And the first one drops. Smith hits them both.
Steve Clifford has 13 years of experience as an NBA assistant coach with stops in New York, Houston, Orlando, and Los Angeles, and now as the new coach in Charlotte. I think he's the guy that's going to do well there. And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Well, it worked to perfection there. I like the game plan. Get it inside, force the defense to react, and then play off your big men.
Now, here's Felton. There's the pass to Anthony. Anthony left side. Anthony drawing the double team. 5 on the clock. From the baseline. That is good. And Clifford, the 6th head coach in the Bobcats' 10-year history, Steve.
Well, he's a defensive-minded coach, a Jeff Van Gundy clone, someone who worked for Van Gundy in Houston, but has always been highly regarded around the league. I think he's going to make a good impact in Charlotte.
Baseline J on the way. Here's Stoudemire.
Not really the start they wanted. They missed 3 of their first 4 shots from the field.
Outside for Felton. Second chance shot. It's laid in by Stoudemire. Stoudemire's got his first basket of the night.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Mike Woodson had a few moments to share with me. We talked about the impact players on these 2 teams, the ones who can take over a game single-handedly. And he told me that Michael Kidd-Gilchrist may already be in that category. He said he's a guy we've got to account for. He's just so relentless. If you're not ready to match his intensity level, he'll make you look bad. And Kevin, he said if they can limit his impact on the game, that will certainly help.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Kicks to Carmelo. Anthony left side. Chandler up top. Stoudemire right side. Smith kicks to Felton. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. Stolen by Walker.
Now the defender was so close to him on that pump fake that he just took the ball out of his hands. Well, he can be fun to watch because of how agile he is. He spends a lot of time in the air.
He does levitate in addition to elevate. He can do some special things up top with the ball. He'll take off with the hoop and double clutch or switch hands, and it doesn't fool with his accuracy at all.
And a big improvement for Kemba Walker last season just because of his ability to be more efficient as a scorer. And a lot of that was just becoming more confident with his shot.
And for Walker, better shooting percentages, Clark, from every distance last season.
And you always love to see that kind of improvement, Kevin. By player efficiency rating, the 8th best point guard in the league. Now, I don't like to get too enamored with those numbers, but there's some substance to those.
Felton, and he uses the glass on the layup. Felton has got his first 2 points.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Has pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Now, here's Felton. Passes it to Stoudemire. Back to Felton. And there's the feed to Stoudemire. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there.
His defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Walker the pass to Jefferson. Back to Walker. Nice pass in here by Charlotte, and he gets it to go. Gordon's got 12 in the game.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Felton dishes to Carmelo. He feeds it to Chandler. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Zeller. It's rebounded by New York. And this matchup with Charlotte, first game of the NBA season for them.
And as you'd expect, they pretty much handled this team a year ago.
Bobcats leading by 3. And it's Walker penetrating. It's hauled in by Felton.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Here's Anthony, and he gets it to go from the corner. He's got 6. Mark, opposite ends of the conference here. The expectations are pretty much the same as last season.
Well, Kevin, you never know what's going to happen. You don't know where the upsets will take place, but they do occur pretty much all the time.
Charlotte calls timeout, and as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
Imagination just a running wild. Little girl, you better kiss me, girl. I'm almost home, and I'm sorry if I took too long.
And the Bobcats have changed their look on the floor. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. Walker was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach putting the pressure squarely on his shoulders by asking him to be the key man in the offense. It's not something they ask of him every game, but when they do, he can usually handle it. Guys, we'll just have to watch how it plays out here in the first half. Kevin, back to you.
It was great to hear from you, Doris. Here's Henderson. After the made shot from Udrich, here's Biombo. That one a little long.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
To the left side wing. Here's Udrich. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Excellent work to turn that miss into 2 points on the tap-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them.
And great instincts, too. I mean, just anticipating where the ball is heading. Great job there, beating everybody else to the ball.
And good, the three-point shot, good from McRoberts. McRoberts has got himself on the board with 3 there. Knicks have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Here's Udrich. Henderson defending. Feeds it to World Peace. No good on the 3. For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Henderson kicks to McRoberts. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Haywood the pass to Taylor. Over World Peace. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
Here's Udrich. Henderson defending. Bargnani inside the three-point line. That's good. And it's Udrich with the assist that time.
Boy, has there been any defense played yet in this game?
Nope, this game has been all about rapid-fire offense early.
Here's Biombo. And that one's good.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second-chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Bobcats lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports.
Thursday, November 7th, Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Division rivals in the Northwest. It's the real deal.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Bobcats?
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
The Bobcats with the lead. The dish to McRoberts. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. New York shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%.
Bobcats came out of the gates fast to start the season, won 7 of the first 12. Amazingly, that actually tied their win total from the previous season that had been shortened, and they set a record for a team matching the previous year's win total in the fewest games, but unfortunately it didn't last.
You know, his finishing ability leaves a lot to be desired, guys. He needs to take it to the basket stronger.
Hardaway from outside. Rebound by McRoberts. Charlotte's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Well, Clark, as you said, that hot start would quickly vanish as those 7 wins would end up being an entire third of their total wins of the year. Steve, once the meat of the season came around, they just couldn't keep up.
Well, reality always sets in the NBA, Kevin. I mean, when you don't have enough talent, you might get off to a hot start, but it's all going to turn around, and that's exactly what happened with Charlotte. But look, they're getting better. I like some of their young players. They're competing. I think this team has a better future than people realize.
Here's Sessions. Kenyon Martin making his last shot. Henderson, no good. To the inside. Here's Hardaway, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
And he gets it to go. Hardaway's got 4 this quarter. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already, and as Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams playing hard, my man. Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
And Prigioni kicks to Hardaway. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
This one for 3, blocked.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass. It hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
But you feel like it's going to reward this team at some point. They've got to continue to maintain the energy.
You know, a lot of people thought Bismack Biyombo would blossom this past season, but he never really made that big jump everybody was hoping for, guys. Was still a shot blocking machine, but seemed to be more or less the same player he was as a rookie. Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
And the Bobcats with the new group in. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Martin. Stoudemire comes in for Meta World Peace. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Hardaway. And it's Felton in for Pablo Prigioni. And for Biyombo, the athleticism is there. The Charlotte team raves about his work ethic, but he's still, I think, in a lot of people's minds has a ways to go.
Yeah, especially offensively, Kevin. He's very raw at that end of the floor. Very athletic, good shot blocker and rebounder. But can he develop any kind of feel as an offensive player? That's the question mark for Biyombo.
And here is Felton after the three-pointer from Ben Gordon. Chandler dishes to Felton. And that one's good. Felton's got his second basket.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Hey, Clark, while we have a moment, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. Number 1, Carmelo Anthony.
Well, and that's why he's playing with so much confidence. I mean, he just has that belief because of what he did last year.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Felton against Walker. Felton kicks to Stoudemire. He dishes it to Chandler. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Tyson Chandler, first-time All-Star last season. His 12th season in the league. This is a guy that came right out of high school. It was a long time coming for him, but certainly that All-Star berth well-deserved.
And he makes the first. And for Tyson Chandler, it's been a long road over the last few seasons. Steve, he's playing undoubtedly the best basketball of his career.
Yeah, key contributor on Team USA, an NBA champion with the Mavericks in 2011, and now an NBA All-Star. It's the defense, it's the understanding of his teammates and the game plan. Just a very, very smart player and a hard worker as well.
Chandler hits them both.
Well, for so long, the Knicks have been the punchline of the Eastern Conference the last decade. Poorly managed contracts and questionable trades really kept them from rising to the top in the East. But once again now, they look like a powerhouse.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, thank you. This summer, the Charlotte Bobcats signed former 4-time All-Star Mark Price as an assistant coach with a focus on improving the team's shooting. Michael Gilchrist actually made the suggestion for the team to hire a shooting coach. Guys, when they drafted MKG, they talked about a building block, someone who helped create a culture of work. A great example there. He's focused on his weakness and being proactive to address it.
You said it, Doris. Thanks. And the Bobcats call time here. And Clark, you were right. The Knicks were a powerhouse last season. Steve, 37 wins against the rest of the conference, and they just would dominate other teams at times.
Well, they're a team that doesn't really want to run a lot or force tempo. They just kind of want to get you in the half court. They don't turn the ball over, and they bury you from long range. So, you know, they found their identity last year and it really dominated in that Eastern Conference. Let's check out the breakdown for Smith. Very nice season for him last year. He averaged 18 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he really brings that offensive firepower to this team. Finding ways to score is his specialty.
Yeah, that's his identity, Steve, among other contributions, obviously. But the ability to make plays that put up points, that's a major weapon in his arsenal.
Bobcats trail by 4. And Walker kicks to Gordon. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Anthony, the pass to Felton. Back to Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton has got 4 assists now tonight. Charlotte's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Jefferson, Chandler with the defensive effort.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him. What's interesting for me to watch with Mike Woodson as head coach in New York is the exciting floor spacing offense they started playing last season. In Atlanta, he'd been known for a grinded out isolation play style, but he's actually tweaked his approach a little bit, and that's been impressive.
It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Ben Gordon.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Stoudemire, right side. Back to Felton. No good. Excellent D there from Kid Gilchrist. And back to Mike Woodson, not a flashier, high-maintenance type of personality. He keeps it on the level, and I think, Steve, the players appreciate that.
Players definitely like that. He's very quiet on the sidelines, but not afraid to get in your face when necessary. And I think that's a really good temperament for a coach to have. In general, I think he's a guy who is very well respected around the league and did an excellent job with New York a season ago.
The Bobcats making a switch here. Haywood's checked in. Smith kicks to Felton. Pass to Stoudemire. And that one is stuffed right through.
Signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, I like what he did at the line a season ago, shooting 81%.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
And the free throws are starting to pile up a little bit here, more so than in the first quarter.
And that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Ben Gordon.
You got to make a defensive adjustment here because he's just destroying them from three-point range.
Well, even when they've closed out on him, Steve, he's knocking them down.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
In a tight game here as we end the first half. Knicks out front. They're up by 5. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. We can't let everybody beat us. Everybody got to help, and on the defensive end, and give them the cue to take the fight.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
It's opening day in the NBA, and all is right in the 2K sports world. Hello, I'm Damon Bruce. New York leading against Charlotte. They'd like to get this season off to a good start today. Their top scorer, Carmelo Anthony. He has 11 points, and his field goal percentage has been great. A lot of high-quality looks. And on the other hand, the Bobcats are still alive. And from outside, you couldn't shoot it much better than this. They are scorching hot from beyond the arc. Some fundamentally textbook sound basketball from Ben Gordon. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. Looking at the games that are coming up in the NBA, it'll be the Hawks against the Bucks out in Milwaukee. A 7:30 Eastern tip time. And another game that's coming up, it'll be the Magic out at Amway Center against the Bulls. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. And one game also on the docket. Over at Verizon Center, the Wizards will face off against the Pacers. That gets going 7:30 Eastern. And that'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Second half is just around the corner. Thanks so much for stopping by.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Just a fantastic game for Ben Gordon.
Bobcats trail by 5. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. There's the triple. Walker's shot is off.
Well, for the Bobcats, there were a lot of problems last year, and it just came down to an inability to put the ball in the basket. That's still what this game is about, Kevin. As much as we look at other statistics, you got to put it in the hole, and they just had a terrible season.
Well, that's not really his game. I mean, he shouldn't be shooting the ball from out there.
Felton goes in. Pass to Carmelo. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, the ranking for the Bobcats was dead last in field goal percentage last year. Steve, hard to get wins like that.
Well, they were the least talented team in the NBA, Kevin. And when you don't have talent, you can't force the defense to react. You can't force double teams and rotations. And so generally speaking, you're not going to get great looks at the hoop.
And he sinks the second.
And when Melo attacks off the dribble, I think that's when he's really at his best. He's got excellent ball handling skills and footwork for a player of his size. And whether putting the ball in his hands in the pick and rolls or just isoing him in that pinch post area, he is very tough to defend when he gets ahead of steam going.
That's a weapon that has been working for him. He's just been living out there behind the arc.
And Steve, they need it now more than ever. This is a critical juncture in this game.
Now here's Chandler. Felton dishes to Chandler. Felton goes in, and the shot is good. Felton's got 8 points. And for Carmelo, attacking the rim makes a lot of sense. His three-point shot has been streaky over the years, but he looks like he's at least trying, Steve, to diversify his offense.
So I think he needs to attack more often. He can settle for threes. Sometimes he has a tendency to do that, but he's so strong and so quick that I think he's best suited when he really attacks the hole and gets to the foul line. I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
Nice shot by Smith.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Here's Walker. J.R. Smith making his last shot. Here's Gordon. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Gordon's got 32 points in the game.
Tell you what, he's had an excellent game, and they're going to have to continue to rely on him if they're going to come back.
Walker against Felton. Pass to Stoudemire. Smith kicks to Felton. And again, it's New York.
They're rolling now. 5 straight hoops to start this quarter.
In for Charlotte. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. He told them that their commitment to offensive rebounding needs to be much stronger. He said transition defense shouldn't be the focus. It should be getting to the offensive boards. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And thank you for that, Doris. And Clark, you said it, the Knicks did hit that lull last season right after the All-Star break into early March. But Steve, when the vets saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in it.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
You know, they've been outstanding on the boards, and it's a big reason why they've got a lead, doing the dirty work down low.
Yeah, and Clark, you know, rebounding's a team effort. Everybody's boxing out. Everyone is accountable for doing a nice job collectively. Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
And here's Gordon from outside. The putback cleans up the mess with the savage putback flush.
Showing us a little force on that putback, Kev.
Well, there was no way he was going to let that chance slip away.
No, sir.
You got to love his positioning. As the shot went up, he anticipated that play.
Anthony can't hit.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Here's the three. Felton with some nice D.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
Now here's Anthony. 12 points for him. Fires the three. And the rebound goes to the Bobcats. Nick Roberts has got 5 rebounds tonight. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And I would think a lot of attention will be focused on that Orlando contest. Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
And the Knicks decide to take their Sessions comes in for Gennaro Parker. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey guys, well, Mike Woodson had some advice for the team over that last break. He was getting everyone focused on their defensive attack against Gordon. Coach was motivating his team, saying, quote, guys, we can do this. We've got to make it harder on him out there. Nothing easy. We've got to try to cool this guy off. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now here's Gordon after the miss from Bargnani.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys. And the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
Felton the pass to Anthony. And Shumpert kicks to Anthony. Felton inside the three-point line. Second shot opportunity, and the shot is good. That's 10 points for J.R. Smith, and not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put out.
Looking over there at Steve, he's enjoying every second of it, Clark.
Yeah, me too. Man, this has been great, guys. And the fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
Well, I like his determination and his attitude and aggressiveness, but the defense wasn't going to back off that shot. They were tight on it.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
This is going to be a big decision, guys. I mean, it sure looks from the tape that the shot left his hand just a moment too late.
I don't think there's much question about it. I mean, he did not get that thing off. I'm sure the officials will see that and they'll agree.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Knicks lead by 1, and will return shortly.
Coming up next Thursday night, November 7th, Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Don't miss out.
In a moment now to take a look at our State Farm assist of the game. With 6 in the game, it's been some excellent court vision from Felton.
Well, he's been key to their ability to find the open man and really get the offense operating smoothly.
The Knicks with the lead. Felton off the pick from Stoudemire. Felton kicks to Anthony. From downtown, that's good. Anthony's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for New York.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Rejected by Shumpert. And a fast break now for New York. Felton leading the charge. Stolen by Walker. And now running up the court, Kid Gilchrist pushing it up. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
Well, neither team can afford mistakes. You have to manage the clock and play smart here in the waning moments.
And so here is New York. The Bobcats making the shot. And Shumpert kicks to Felton. And again, New York with the triple.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been palms away ever since.
Now, here's Felton. Dishes to Smith for the three. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Jefferson's got his third rebound on the night. He kicks it to Walker. And the Bobcats another three.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Felton against Walker. Felton kicks to Smith. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton's got his 7th assist here tonight. Charlotte calls timeout.
You know, coming in.
Gordon's checked in, and let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. His message, don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute it. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin, he's trying to keep them focused.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Felton with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Now Felton. Stoudemire kicks to Felton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Felton's got 13 points in the second half.
Well, it's been a tale of two halves, hasn't it, guys? After a terrible first half, he's really picking it up.
The pass to Sessions from deep. The shot is off, and New York will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Lets it go with a 3. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
And it's out of bounds. The Bobcats will take it the other way. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Bobcats. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Some really good games going on, and that Toronto one has caught my eye.
Bobcats trail by 4. Kicks it to Kid Gilchrist. There's Walker with the 3, and good on the basket. Hook it.
Wow, what a big three-pointer, and if he's got his shooting stroke going, he could be the closer for them in this game.
Time call here. The Knicks decide. Kid Gilchrist. Chandler with a screen for Stoudemire. Here's Anthony. And he lays it straight in. And the Knicks lead by 3.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
And Walker kicks to Gordon. Pulls from the top of the key. And Anthony sends it back to the wing on the left. Three-pointer, 6 to shoot. Stoudemire grabs the miss. Stoudemire's got his 4th rebound in this one.
They've been strong on the boards. There's no disputing that.
That's what the box score says. Still anybody's game, though.
Here's Anthony, and that one hits back iron.
I thought he'd make that one. And that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
From deep, Walker, but they recover it.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Melo having a terrific game. He has 17 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. 1:49 left in the 4th quarter. This is it to Gordon. Fires for 3. Amari Stoudemire with the rebound.
He has just disappears this quarter, not making a mark at all offensively.
And I'm sure he's ready to put this quarter behind him and quickly.
Now here is Smith. Anthony down low, defended by Gordon. Again, the miss by Anthony. Bobcats trail by 4. 1:12 left here in the fourth quarter. Gordon for three. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Felton dishes to Stoudemire. Inside. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Stoudemire. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Taylor. Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Tell you what, they're going to have a hard time climbing back into the game if they're going to continue to play defense like that.
Well, we can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, you got the lead. Burn some clock here.
Smart move.
Yep.
Still a chance, but they've got to score here.
Yeah, every possession is necessary.
6-second difference between shot and game clock.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
And Walker kicks to Taylor. Another shot. Hits it despite the hand. Great strong finish. And he'll go to the line for one more. It's on Raymond Felton. New York's gone 3 or 4 from downtown here in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 3-point lead. And the Bobcats call time here. They're behind by 3. 15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You've got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
Shoots. It's good. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, what a clutch shot. That could be the difference maker.
Big moment in this game.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Second personal foul, third team foul. At the line for your Knicks, J.R. Smith. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. And both at the line. It's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're down by 3. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've got 2 options here. They can go for the 3 and the tie, or the quick 2 and the foul.
I like the idea of going for the quick 2. Take it to the rim, and that wouldn't be a bad way to approach this situation.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's tipped. Chandler with the steal. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Personal foul, fourth team foul. Shooting for New York, Carmelo Anthony. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Here's Walker. Money! So a close game sees New York take this one. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome. This team kept their emotions in check and got it done.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. This team really looked good tonight. What was the key out there?
I mean, our penetration was unbelievable tonight. Everybody was penetrating the ball. We weren't settling for jump shots and contested jumpers. And as long as we keep moving the ball, we'll be fine.
JR, appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you. And for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. Now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Raymond Felton.